Welcome to Lady in Waiting. This is Kathy Washira, and I'm happy to be back again today to share nuggets of wisdom with you. And so also we may reason together. And I also want to take this opportunity to welcome all our new viewers and subscribers. Karibu sana. Today I want to speak about being approachable, but at the same time having boundaries that you have set. And the reason I want to speak about this, because it looks like a paradox: be approachable but have boundaries. No, it isn't, and I'm going to explain that very, very well. The reason I'm speaking about this, sometimes as women, and this has happened to us, and I think it also happened to me, when after going through relationships where we have been disappointed and our hearts have been broken, it is very, very easy for you to create a wall, or to just to just have a block in front of you, where you think every person or every man that is approaching you with some interior motives, or with bad intentions, and I can't blame you. But at the same time, I also want to let you know that that same uh, block that you have put, I'll call it a block because sometimes that is how it feels. Because I've spoken to very many men, they always say sometimes you feel like a woman has put a block in front of them. You try to speak to them, but it's like you can't get through. you know I understand why you put it, because sometimes you go through things and you just decide, I don't want men, or I don't want a certain type of man. No, we can't be like that, because sometimes, remember, the decisions that people do, or whatever someone does to you, that is something that they decided to do themselves. You can't just put all men in one box and say that all men are this, or all men are bad, or all men from here are like this, or men who are like this are like this. No, trust me, there are very many men out there, very many, and many of them are also just looking for wives. So when I'm talking about being approachable, I'm talking about being friendly, but also having boundaries. And this friendliness is the word gentleness. When you look at the Bible, Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, when the Bible speaks about the fruit of the Spirit, one of the fruit of the Spirit is gentleness. Okay, and gentleness is the Greek word. The direct translation for that gentleness in Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 is the Greek word Krestotes. I don't know that the pronunciation could be right, but the accent could be wrong. But it's the word Krestotes, which means to show kindness or to be friendly towards others. Because if you're not, because that's supposed to be a fruit of the Spirit, every believer, every lady who is a believer should be friendly. You should be friendly to every person that approaches you. But friendliness does not mean that you have no boundaries. Okay, but that is the beginning of even meeting someone, just being friendly. Because everybody that approaches you, not everyone that approaches you, or who looks like they're approaching you for a certain reason, is approaching you for that reason. Sometimes you might even be surprised. So we must develop an attitude of gentleness, being approachable, but having boundaries. And when I say boundaries, is when someone approaches you and they greet you and they smile, greet them and smile. But if they touch you in a place, of course, that they're not supposed to touch you, and they don't know you, then that one you have a right to stop them. Or if they say something that is outside that which is normal, then you have a right to stop them or to tell them off. But if they're greeting you and asking your name, then just be friendly, because you never know. Let me tell you something. Most of the time, God will give you something raw. That man will come in a raw package. They might not come looking the way you expect them to look. They might look like something that you never had. That picture, I'm talking about outside things. I'm not talking about the inside. They might not dress the way you expect them to dress. They might not talk the way you expect them to talk, but that person is the one. So that is why being unfriendly is very, very dangerous. It makes people to sometimes lose out on a very good person, because they judge someone by how they looked, or they judge someone by how they felt themselves at that particular time. So we as believers, we must be friendly. That is the beginning. Be approachable, show kindness, or be friendly towards others. And being friendly is not just how you approach people. Being friendly is even in your speech. If you are a lady and you want to be married, then even your language concerning marriage must change, because sometimes it amazes me how the same person who wants to get married would be speaking so negatively about marriage and celebrating when other people's marriages are going wrong. You should not celebrate. You should sympathize with them, because you would not want that to happen to you, because you desire the same. So don't be the kind of person who speaks negative, because remember, when you start to speak negative about a certain issue, whether it is marriage, whether it is your health, whether it is how you look, whether whatever it is, that is the atmosphere that you start to draw to yourself. And that is why you find yourself rejecting anything that is marriage, not because you don't want, but because your speech is not agreeing with what you want. So your speech, and I'm not saying you go outside there shouting, oh, I want to get married. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that speak positively. Be the kind of person who looks like even when you're talking to a man, don't be like, I don't want, no, just be, say, the way I like when women say, if I meet the right person, I'll get married. That is the way someone should speak. But don't speak negatively. Oh, marriages nowadays don't work. They work. Some don't work, but many work. Okay. No, and then number two, understand, not every man who shows interest wants sex. There's, a man can approach you. They might look very funny. You might see them doing something funny outside, but when it comes to you, maybe they saw something else and they want something better with you. Maybe you're the one they've been looking for. So don't be very quick to judge people. That's what I'm saying. Be approachable. Let the person greet you, greet them, hear what they're saying. Don't assume that everyone who approaches you, they're approaching you because they want something from you. Sometimes they just want to marry you because they like you. Okay. A third thing, men, remember, as much as you're also looking for a spouse, also a man is looking for a spouse. When you see a man going round up and down, they are also looking for a spouse. They're also looking for a wife. So remember that. So when a man is approaching, as long as it's not a married man, remember, he's also looking for a spouse. He's also hoping that this one that I've met today is the potential spouse. That is why it is very, very important as a lady to be approachable, but at the same time set boundaries. Don't accept when you go to a place where and you meet a man and the first thing they tell you is they want to remove you from where everybody is to go and take you outside in a corner somewhere, and they start. No. Tell them we can speak, especially the first time you met them. Let them know we can talk here where everybody else is, so that you see how they behave where people are, because you really want to know who this person is. Okay, so greet, handshake, smile, eye contact. Okay. Another thing, associate with a mentor who honors marriage. Associate with people who honor marriage, people who are already married. Associate, because they are going to encourage you. They are going to tell you, they are going to show you the red flags and the green flags. They are going to show you if this person is serious. They are going to encourage you to do the right thing. But if you associate with people who have already given up, people who speak negatively, then you want to get married and you go to speak to someone who gave up on marriage. And I'm not saying that everyone who gave up on marriage is because but some marriages you have to give up because I'm just talking about someone who does not see anything positive. Then you're not going to be helping yourself. Another thing, remember also that when I'm talking about being approachable, men are attracted to women who are humble. Any man who wants to marry a woman, they want to marry a woman who is humble and a woman who is honest. So when you meet somebody, be honest about yourself. Be honest about what you do. Be honest about who you are, because you can't enter marriage pretending. You can't pretend to be what you're not. So be very honest and be very humble. Humility simply means you have power under control. Don't go and try and create something that you're not. And humility does not mean you let someone walk on you, or you let someone tell you something that they should not tell you, or do something to you that they should not do to you. No, that's not what I mean. Humility simply means giving someone a chance, even if by any reason you come from a better place or a better this, or you have a better job. Just give people a chance, because sometimes people, listen, God can bring someone, you will be surprised. What they look outside might not look like what they are inside. So just be approachable, be friendly. The word approachable is the word friendliness is the same word as gentleness. It's the same word in Galatians chapter 5 verse 22, which means being friendly towards others, being kind toward others. As a lady, be kind to people, give people a chance. And I'm not saying everybody, but give people a chance. When someone greets you, you never know who is greeting you. You never know who that person is, you know. So just be friendly. Be friendly. It is a gift of the Spirit. Don't despite of what you've gone through. That is why it is very, very important to go through healing once you've been hurt. If you've been hurt or you've been disappointed in a relationship, just learn how to forgive and to let go and to start again and to get strength again and be friendly. Be friendly, because you just never know. Some of us have missed people because we just put a fence around us and we're just unapproachable. Be approachable. What is good stays. What is not good, you know, this is the end of the conversation, you know, but you never know. God bless you.